What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we're talking yet again about Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered. That's a lot of words. But we're talking about it again today because there was a patch released recently. I have not been able to cover it yet, and I just wanted to react to some comparison footage and see what we think about it. I haven't tested it for myself yet, but I've seen enough footage to see that a lot of the problems weren't really fixed, and that this patch seems to have addressed mostly lighting issues, and maybe not even issues. It just changed certain things about the lighting, and that was the one thing like I praised this game for, was that the lighting was mostly good. So I'm a little confused as to why they decided to focus on this, and it seems like actually such a big overhaul that, like, why would they release the game in this current state it was before at launch if they were going to patch this down the line anyway. So this is again more further evidence that this was rushed out. But let's just react to what the patch looks like, guys. This is a video from HD Playground. Shouts out to HD Playground for doing this comparison. So it looks like they kind of did a lot of brightening up of the shadows, which I think that the remaster of the first game needed a lot more than the prequel rather. The prequel, I thought it was mostly pretty good, but it looks like here is actually a place where it looks like there's less shadows. So I just find it interesting that we're focusing on stuff like this when they have actual bug issues and crashes and all these other things, and they're focusing on subtle lighting changes that were mostly fine. I mean, here we got him looking extra pale again. I mean, maybe this is an intentional choice at this point, but previously this to me looks more natural, and here we got him looking more pale. I suppose it's in line with Life is Strange 1 remastered, but I thought that's one thing I criticized the game for, is that he looks extremely pale. And in fact, there's scenes in Before the Storm where he looks extremely pale. So on the left here looks better to me. But, it's going to be down to your preference. I will say this is stuttering a bit, but I don't think I had stuttering there. And here we got another subtle skin quality change. They made him less pale. So the things are changing. I don't even see any consistency whatsoever. It just feels like different versions, in the development process that shouldn't have been released to the public. I mean, at this point, it's just like, we're not even fixing things that are wrong. We're just like, it's going to be a matter of preference. And again, they should have focused their goals a little bit more. I think this actually looked fine before. And, ultimately, I'm not really sure this is an improvement. And look at her eyes. Like, they made her eyes more white. They made her skin look, it looks more fake to me. I mean, this looks more realistic. Although they did fix her hair a little bit. So her hair has more definition to it. Maybe this is like how the game was originally. But her eyes, like the whites of her eyes are way too white here. I mean, we're kind of nitpicking, but it looks like, there were more wrinkles here. And they kind of took that away and smoothed it out. And again, changed the color. So I'm not really understanding. I mean, and look at this. I mean, this is a good change here. We went from, these roses, this cellophane being more solid, more opaque. And now here it's a bit more translucent. This is a good change. This is subtle. I feel like this is what they wanted to do originally, but didn't have time to do. But now they're tweaking all this other stuff. Maybe they just didn't touch that scene at all. Maybe that's what it is. And now we got these dome lights on, which that looks okay too, but it's kind of like distracting in front of what's happening here, So, and it makes this too bright. I mean, I kind of like them being there, so maybe I'm not complaining about that. But, I don't know. It's just a weird decision. And they turned on this light too over the kitchen table. When in the daytime, or maybe it's not daytime, maybe it's nighttime. I don't know. No, it's daytime. In the daytime, I feel like they wouldn't necessarily need to have these lights on, so it's kind of weird that they would be making changes like that. And it looks like there's more stuff floating in the air in the scene with Victoria. We got butterflies and shit. She's got a necklace on that she didn't have on before. Yeah, she's got a necklace on They changed her hair a lot. Is this mostly focusing on cutscenes? Is that what this patch is doing? Again, we got more definition in the whites of her eyes, but again, like, it just doesn't, it just sticks out. It looks unnatural to me. So, I mean, the hair does look better, but the color looks off. So, again, there's like things that are better, but I don't know, man. I just don't understand what's happening. And I was shocked when I saw this. I mean, like, the principal guy looks way different. We're going to take a look at Principal Wells here. Wearing different clothes, but that's because the player choice. Okay, so we got Wells here. The launch version, I think the patch version does look better here. But, again, I'm just a little perplexed as to, like, what is going on here. It's, instead of patching things that were objectively wrong, they seem to be continuing to do the remastering work. So maybe they really just didn't have time to do things that they really wanted to do on their checklist. Here we got more light in the shadowy parts. So, I mean, I don't know. Now Chloe's hair is like glowing. I think it looked better before. And this is the scene with the mother. I missed this scene because I picked the wrong dialogue when you meet the Rachel's mom. But it looked better before. I mean, now she's like a little overexposed, and her necklace like is hanging in a more realistic way. Like, this is too round, but now, like, because it's so bright, you can barely see it. But I mean, the sunlight is supposed to be there. And here you can see Rachel a bit more in that backlit shot, so that kind of makes sense. So this patch seems like a mixed bag. I mean, I got more videos pulled up, so we're gonna take a look at some other comparisons. But yeah, I mean, these seem to mostly be focusing on the cutscenes, which were admittedly had less done to them. So I'm not really noticing too much of a difference here, except the blue stands out a bit more. I mean, what are we getting here? Wait. They took out Chloe's blue hair in this scene? Bro, what? Did they just add in a mistake? What? What is happening? Do you guys see why I'm like perplexed right now? Look at this. They have light streaming in here. And there's more shadows in the way. I wonder if it's like trees outside. I mean, it is kind of cool. We got moving tree shadows, so that's cool. Yeah, I guess this looks a little bit better. Get this, you can see Chloe's face a bit more. So yeah, I mean, it's very minor. So we're gonna skip this one. I wonder if they added more. It looks like maybe they added more frame rate. Like maybe it's 60 FPS now. I'd have to play it again to see, but I mean, that looks kind of similar, except the purple is a bit more saturated, so you can see it a bit better. Ooh, look at that though. They didn't change okay, I see now. They added in the grass and foliage that they added in for the remaster, which is one of the good parts about the remaster, if you remember my review. But it looks like they didn't have it in this final cutscene. I'm surprised I didn't notice, but I'd have to check my footage again, but they did finally add in. So it looks like they're bringing in the changes that they made into the pre-rendered cutscenes. So maybe that's what the patch had to deal with. We'll take a look at the patch notes here in a second, if we can pull them up. But yeah, and then this, her hair does look better here. It was a little like washed out before. So yeah, I feel that. And then I don't know what's happening there. So, oh, sorry guys. Okay, so now we got another video. This one from Violet OWY. Thanks for this video. I'll give you a like. Appreciate it. So, yeah, we're looking at, it's mostly the post-game cutscene again, where we see this issue where I don't know why they decided to brighten them up. It doesn't make sense to me. This kind of looks the same. They did bring out her bruise a bit more, unless this character here on the left just didn't make the decision. Okay, here's a better look at the principal. And I'd say it looks better now. I would say it looks better now. A little bit more realistic. So I'll give it that. Here we got the farewell scene. Looks like they didn't add some of the changes that they had to the pre-rendered cutscene again. So young Chloe's hair looks better here, I would say, than it did before. Young Max looks a little bit better too. The hair's shiny, of course. So, you know, the changes do apply to the farewell episode as well. Ooh, look at that. They changed the color on the bedsheets pretty drastically. And they changed the book that she's reading? Well, hold on. Hold on. Why are we changing shit like that? They went from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf to generic book you can't tell what it is. What is going on? Maybe they're afraid of, like, copyright of the image or something? This is so weird, man. So weird. Like, why would they change that of all things? Why change that? I don't get it. Why is that an improvement? Like, if you're worried about copyright infringement or something, I get it. I feel like it doesn't really apply. Because it's not like you're stealing that. It's just like she's reading a book. Like, if you had that in a movie, it'd be okay. I'm pretty sure. Because it's not like people are buying this game so that they can see the cover of Virginia Woolf. I mean, that's just not how it is. Okay, so that's weird. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to this other comparison, and this is specifically the kiss scene under the streetlight that we were looking at. So we're going to see if we spot any differences here. I feel like it's going to be like the Office meme where they're both the same picture, but we will see. I mean, it's looking pretty similar right now. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Okay, maybe here's a difference. I'm zooming in. Sorry if it cuts it off. But yeah, it looks like the grass on the left is a bit more bright and not affected by the shadows as much as it should be. And they seem to have smoothed that out. But the grass does seem to have lost some detail, but it's not like bright how this is. So I would say that's an improvement. You know, because you want the shadows to look shadowy. And it seems like that's, yeah, and now that was one thing with this scene. Like, I thought it looked okay, but it looked like the characters were too bright. So now they have the shadows playing how they should be. And I would say that this is an improvement. So it does look better. The lighting was a little weird before. Yeah, you could see the characters better, but it is a night scene. It is full of shadows. It should be dark. So I would say this is an improvement. So there you go. And it seems like it goes throughout the scene. Like, you could see how flat the lighting is here, whereas here we have a bit more definition, and you can tell that the light is coming from over here because we got shadows on this side of her face. So I would say this is an improvement. Looks pretty dang good to me. And when they're in the shadows, it looks like they're in the shadows. It doesn't look like they have this weird artificial glow, and the grass in the background doesn't look too bright. So they fixed this part. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely, it's 100% better. So there you go. So this patch did a lot of good things. Some of it's a little mixed, and other parts I'm just confused. So that's the situation with the patch, guys. If I try it on my own and I notice different things, I'll do a follow-up video. Okay, so they're aware of bugs in the Remastered Collection, and they've been listening, and it's a bunch of corporate speak. I mean, we'll see what happens with it. I do believe them. You know, I take them at their word, but, you know, it is a corporation, so run it through a filter of doubt, you know. So we are aware of issues. We are aware I feel like they were trying to say we have been made aware, and then they X that out and said we are aware of an issue that causes the game to slow down and cause graphical issues after extended playtime. Luckily, the short-term solution is simple: restart your game. I didn't have this issue, but they're saying just restart if you do have this issue. Life is Strange Remastered. They've fixed lighting contrast. We've already dealt with that. So yeah, we've dealt with that. Patch A rollout due to begin on release platforms this week, commencing on Monday. So all release platforms before the Storm Remastered, they made missing character accessories texture fix. So interesting. Zombie crypt outfit selection and all outfits geometry improvements. Character facial animation improvements. UI subtitle and functionality improvements. Updated credits. Updated epilogue. Like, honestly though, who cares? You know? I mean, I didn't really like updated credits. Like, what? Cloud saving now available on PC. Manual screen resizing in window mode. We need that as well. Character movement and animation improvements. Character accessory texture. So crash and stability fixes on PS4. This is a big one. That's where they've had a lot of issues. Oh, so they are changing Life is Strange Remastered as well. Facial animation improvements, rewind ability fixes, reflection and camera view fixes. So it seems like it's a little bit at a time. We'll see. I'll follow the Life is Strange Remastered update as well. An update with that. I haven't seen any comparisons of that, but I will. So yeah, that's where we're at with this update, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What your experience has been. What do you really want them to fix? Are there problems you've noticed? Are there things that are better? What did I miss? Let me know. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Sub for more Life is Strange content, and be sure to hit that like button as well. Would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. So thanks for watching, everybody, and peace out. Have a good one.